Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here in the Fuzzy Biker Garage. Look at what I got for us this morning. This is the Hot Rod Royal Enfield Guerrilla 450, and that over there is the Hot Rod Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. Same engine, same transmission in both bikes, but everything else is kind of different after that. They are very different bikes to ride. I put about 80 miles on this one yesterday. I put a whole mess of miles on this particular motorcycle a couple days ago, and of course I have my own Himalayan that has I think just over 45,000 miles on it, so I know a lot about the engines in these bikes and about Royal Enfields in general. But you know, very good motorcycles. Both these bikes act very differently. Let's talk about the specs on this one. The engine, of course, is a 452 single cylinder, liquid cooled, dual red cam, 4-valve, puts out 40 horsepower, 30 foot-pounds of torque. That's about 40 newton meters. Has a beautiful 6-speed transmission. I don't know if the transmissions are exactly identical. I do know that at 75, these two bikes read the same RPM on the tach in top gear. The low end, though, seems different. This seems more street geared in first gear compared to this. Also in second gear, this one just pulls like a banshee compared to that one. And I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if they did a little gear adjustments in those two or not, but anyway, so the other differences, this has a 17-inch front tire. It's a 120 70/17. I've got notes on the wall over there. It's a tubeless tire from the factory. It's a very light front end. It's got a standard front end. It's not an upside down. The amount of travel on the front is, it looks like, I can read my notes over there, 5.5 inches or about 140 millimeters. This one's got some add-ons too, by the way. It's got the bar end mirrors, this thing on the front. It's got this guard over here, this fly screen, radiator cover. It's got down here, it's got a bash guard, engine guards down here, and of course this beautiful AEW pipe. Oh, let's not forget the seat. On the rear, it's got 5.9 inches of travel. It's got the monoshock again. That is about 150, I think it is. Yeah, 150 inches, 150 millimeters of travel. Very nice, isn't it? I love the way this whole thing looks. So look at the frame. Black frame up here. Subframe is blue. Matches the blue in the tank. On the side covers, you know, I just love it. White back here. Look at that subframe all the way under there. You can see that blue. And then over here, it's got the blue in the front tire, the whole front tire, and the blue stripe on the back. Seat height on this thing with the standard seat, this is not the standard seat, is 30.7 inches. That's a very low seat, 30.7 inches. That is 780 millimeters. Very approachable, very easy to sit on, you know, very narrow motorcycle, incredibly low center of gravity. You know, the bike is lower to the ground because the tire has less ground clearance because of suspension, and that lowers all the mass down low. Feels a lot lighter than the Himalayan. Himalayan's a light bike at I think it's 430 pounds or about 195, 196 kilograms. This bike is 408. This is with fuel in it, and that's about 185 kilograms. But the weight is much lower down, you know. Wheelbase on this one is 56.7, so much shorter. I think this one is 59.44. So 56.7 inches, 1,440 millimeters. Fuel tank on this one, this is kind of interesting. We're going to find out a lot about this one today. 2.9 gallons, you know, so that's only 11 liters. So I'm going to find out what kind of range I can get on that. I've got quite a ride today, this afternoon. So we are going to see what kind of mileage we get. We're going to see what kind of range we get out of a tank. You know, this tank is 4.5 gallons or 17 liters. This is 11 liters or, you know, 2.9. So it's going to be an interesting thing. In comparison between these two bikes, you know, which is, yeah, I know, okay, it's hard to compare them because they are not meant for the same thing. This is a sporty hooligan. This is more like my Bear. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's a very athletic bike. You know, it will certainly pull the wheel off the ground. It'll certainly spin the back tire. It's much more nimble, much better, quicker handling. I shouldn't say better, but quicker handling. This is more stable. It's got the big 21-inch front tire on the front. You know, doesn't turn quite as quick. It's they're just totally different motorcycles in every way. And, you know, the big thing I had yesterday was, I did a video comparing the Bear to the Himalayan, and one of the things I said, you know, which one do you get? You know, it's kind of the same thing here. Which one would you get, right? And I had an ask on the internet today, which one would you get? You know, of course, I think they were asking between these two. And my standard answer is, you got room in your garage, get them both, right? Anyway, we're going to learn a lot about this bike today. Another thing I'm going to do with this bike today is I'm going to I got a tank bag here somewhere, this one right here. I'm going to put that on the bike. and I'm going to try to use the nav system. There's a USB-C port here. I'm going to put my phone in here in the tank bag, and then I'm going to try to use the nav system. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at the speedo. So it turns like that. This top part will become a map, and there'll be a little display here that'll give me turn by turn. And that map, I'll be able to zoom in and out with this joystick right here. So I'm going to try to get that used today and see how that works. How did I do that? You hold the mode button in for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to normal. It's black because it's dark. If you go outside in the light, it turns white. Something I noticed last night, this has, unlike my Bear, this has a thermometer, the ambient air temperature gauge right there. So very nice. Okay, the gauge is, they call it a 5 inches, but it's about 4 1/4 across. It's got the tachometer on the outside, fuel gauge right here, gear indicator, speedo, ambient air temperature up here, time, odometer here. And then if you use the joystick, look right here, trip 1, trip 2, fuel range, consumption, voltage, engine temperature. Isn't that cool? I like it. I like it a lot. Switch gear is the clutch, the home button, pass to flash, flash to pass, flash to pass, low beams, high beams, blinkers, horn, then the joystick for this thing right here. Over here, brake, hazard lights. This is the start switch, so off, run, you can hear the fuel pump jump into life, and then listen to this. So the GoPro is going to mute the pipe. This is the AEW pipe with the baffle out of it. Let's see if it gets some sparks out of it. Very good sounding. I like it. That bike has it too. This bike has the cat delete on it also. I'd like to have one of these with a cat delete or with the from the head pipe all the way back. So I get one of these, I might do something like that. Very good looking product. Check that out. AEW. Goes really well with this bike. Baxter Cycle has those in stock right now. I think they also have the cat deletes in stock. Just a nifty motorcycle, isn't it? I can't wait to take it for a ride. So, having said that, again, which bike would you buy? Well, again, both of them. You know, they do totally different things. If you had this in your garage and this in your garage, you'd have a very well-equipped garage, I believe. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh, center stand. So, one of the traits of the Himalayan is it's hard to get on and off the center stand. You know, because it's a very tall motorcycle. This one's a snap. You know, it's got the very short center stand, works very well. The other one is the side stand. You know, the big complaint about this one with a lot of people, I don't see it as an issue. Once you learn how to do it, it's very easy, is getting it off the side stand because it's such an angle, such a lean. I'll show you that right there. It really looks like it, doesn't it? This, on the other hand, doesn't have that issue. I like it. I like it a lot. I want to show you something real quick while I'm thinking about it. Again, taillights. So these are the taillights. These are the, let me hit the brakes. The brake lights. Let me hit a blinker here. Check that out. And you know, the hazard lights. Let's do that instead. Isn't that cool? All in one. When you're going down the road, I followed a lot of these bikes, the Himalayans anyway, they have the same taillights. You have a lot more view. You have a lot more presence. You're a lot more visible versus a single taillight. Check out the front here while we got it going. Isn't that cool? All LED. This is LED. I like it. I like it a lot. If y'all are interested in a motorcycle like this, a new used Royal Enfield Triumph Classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, helmets, gloves, jackets, gear of all type, accessories, anything like that at all, get yourself over to the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, Baxter Cycle. Those guys can help you out. Or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker from Fuzzy Biker Garage sent you. Life is good. It's going to be a beautiful day. Check it out. The day's just starting out there. I'm going to have a great motorcycle ride. You all do the same if you can. Get out of that easy chair. Get off that couch. Get out there and live life, my friends. Wahoo! Wahoo! Vermont, Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Wahoo, Alaska!
You gotta be good, keep the grease side down.